Welcome to the spooky Calvin and Jimmy show.
This week's episode is brought to you by Knob Hill Dry Ice.
Oh, God. What have we done?
No, really. What have we done? Oh, my gosh. We do the old get on the phone and tweet it out really fast.
Yeah, you better tweet it really quick.
Yeah, World Dry Ice sublimates.
Dude, that one over in the front there's starting to make some noises.
Which one?
This one is making some spooky noises. Spooky. I don't think it likes the PLA.
This is not turning into like one of those sound videos people love.
Well, there's only one viewer, so much for that. It looks like it turned into the Titanic.
Yeah, it did.
It sounds like it's almost out of water or something. Oh, I see, because he's stuck on the squirrel.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to set down right. I'm afraid I'm going to grab hold of a piece of dry ice here in a moment.
Don't worry about it.
So what is it? The water's all turned into ice?
Probably at this point. Well, the back ones are still looking okay.
Yeah, I can't even find a stinking
Don't even worry about it.
spot.
So Willie's 3D is saying, good evening, everybody. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening.
We give up. Give up. We're done.
So much for this.
1 second. I need to make sure I didn't kick the printer.
It looked so cool earlier when we had it, trying it out and it's all spilling off there.
1 second. I need to deal with something off camera, guys.
Oh, God. Alvin, no.
Yes.
Not here. Hello, Aunt Nancy. How you doing? We had this great idea, but it doesn't seem to be working so hot. It worked better before we put the extra dry ice in.
Yeah. It's all my fault, as always.
It was all steamy earlier.
Really steamy. Nah. Here's a spatula. Sorry, guys. I accidentally kicked the printer, and I got to fix it.
You kicked the printer.
Yeah, my foot caused it to misstep, so...
Dude, why is that so...
What's
going on here? There's a lot of dry ice, and there's still a lot of water there, but for some reason... Let's stir the pot. There we go. Definitely messed up that boat. The boat's not liking it.
Sorry.
Well, that's bubbling better now.
Sorry, guys. This is like disaster central. Okay, I'm good. Hi, Ashley.
We need more water.
I give up for now. At least this guy's doing really good.
Yeah, I just can't see it. But can you see it? Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah, you can see. I mean, the reality is we honestly didn't know how even expensive dry ice was. So we had to run to Lucky's, which didn't even have it. We ran to Knob Hill, which ended up having it. And it was like $2 a pound pre-tax. It was actually really cheap.
Yeah, it was.
Which was really nice. It's just
that
cool.
Squirrel is boiling.
Whoops, my squirrel's burning. My dad will get that joke if he watches this.
I don't know why it's not working so hot. Oh, well. Probably the water just getting way too cold.
It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it was. Let's get the squirrel out of there.
You're doing terrible things to our poor things. I mentioned you in a tweet, so you might want to retweet that on your Twitter.
Okay.
Sorry, this whole thing is like a disaster, guys.
Yeah,
this is what happens when Calvin burns himself out and then decides it'd be really fun to play with dry ice on the stream.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Only 3 viewers, so oh well. Anyway, guys, Let's get this microphone over here close by.
Check out that wonderful cardioid of the Fifine.
Actually, it seems like it's doing all right.
I hope the audio is Fifine right now, guys. That sound, though.
Definitely not moving away apart.
No, but it sounds really cool. I'm serious. Now it's bubbling again.
Yeah, I guess it broke something loose. I heard something pop.
Maybe we should have just stuck prints in there and seen what happened. Go all like king of random. What happens when you put a PLA print into dry ice and water? We'll find out.
That seemed like it actually cut it down whenever we did put that in there. It's doing better now than it did. I think what it is, it gave it more surface area to cool the water down more.
Yeah.
Probably ice it over.
Fair enough.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
We only have 3 viewers, so who cares?
Yeah. Who cares?
Did you tweet it out?
I tweeted it out. I said I even mentioned you.
Did you do this as a private stream or as a public? Did you?
I'll double check.
Better double check it.
Did
Did you do this as a private? Well, that part's working.
Yeah, it says public.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Of course,
YouTube's
nobody's expecting us to stream tonight. This is Sunday night, so
yeah. What do you expect? Also, I was going to say, guys, I have gone ahead and set up an Amazon affiliates link. So if you guys are so inclined, feel free to order things through it. No obligation to do it, but it would help. I'm trying to look into alternative methods of making legal money on the side while doing this. So yeah.
legal money on the side? What kind of illegal money are you making?
I'd have to stick you in the pot if I told you.
Sounds like you're doing something on the down low.
Yeah, I won't answer that one.
Oh God, who knows?
Oh gosh, Eddie. Literally, I sent my sister a photo of me playing me with Ashley's cat. My sister goes, "Nice haircut." I'm like, I have not had a haircut since I went to this Great Clips with Jimmy, and he strapped me down to the seat and made me get a haircut like a month and a half ago.
I didn't strap you down to the seat. Now, the girl that did your haircut might have strapped you down to the seat, but I didn't do it. And you seem perfectly fine with that.
I didn't care. I needed a haircut.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, versus illegal money. Exactly. That was my point, too.
I just like to make everybody, say things in chat. It's great.
I see Willie's in the house. How you doing?
What's up?
Ewan, Aunt Nancy,
How
Chip
you
Bills.
here?
We're all good.
We're good.
We got 7 people watching.
Awesome. This whole stream's just going to turn into us going, what's the pot going to do now?
So we had this bright idea. Let's go ahead and get some dry ice and put it in water. And then he put it in, about 30 minutes before we went to live. And that started freezing the water. So
it's all my fault. To be perfectly honest, though, guys, this is the first time I've ever done anything with dry ice before. So I really had no clue what I was doing.
You know what we should do? We should put salt in it.
Duh.
That might have worked better.
Yeah. Honestly, though, if you really want smoke effect, get a
See, put your dry ice in hot water. That's what I thought.
fail. At least I paid for the dry ice. So
yeah, you did.
I think the 2 things we learned are hot water and buy more dry ice than you think you're going to need.
Yeah.
Because we bought a couple of pounds thinking it was going to be enough, and it wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't.
What's up, 3D Medic Vince?
Yeah, it actually was doing better before he put the more dry ice in. Once he put the extra dry ice in, that's when we started having this.
Yeah. Because, there's still... Oh, my gosh. Is that regular ice in there?
That's regular ice in there, too. You're bumping the microphone, for goodness sake.
Sorry.
How's the mic sound? Does it sound all right with it here between us, or?
I would assume so. Nobody's screamed at us about terrible audio yet.
Oh, I like this microphone because
it's fine.
I like beer knocking. looks
you
like
did
it
not.
looks like a congressional microphone.
I plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, it's supposed to be it. I plead the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beep. Okay.
Enough attempting to be Dave Chappelle.
But that's a pretty cool microphone. I like
It is. I like it. And how much was it?
I think it's like $27.99 on Amazon. I think that's what it's
Jeez.
going for.
That's way cheaper than my Snowball Blue that's like the size of the stinking pumpkin practically.
Yeah, the sound quality seemed all right last night whenever I did the playback on it.
I mean, I'm not knocking my Snowball Blue. I'm just saying I think it's kind of overrated for what it is compared to what's out there nowadays.
How much did the Snowball Blue cost?
50. I mean, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. It's a nice microphone. And when I bought it, it did the trick. It's just as time has gone on, obviously, the price has dropped. Kind of like with GoPros.
You know how much that microphone cost?
$10.
It was like 18, I think, is what I spent on it. That was through Wish.
I remember your days when Jimmy was using these microphones and be like, so guys, how's the microphone sound? Okay, this one sounds like crap. We'll return it. Okay, bye.
Yeah, I did that on a few of the lav mics.
Yeah, Elon, I'm slowly figuring that out, that if you do put enough cold stuff in the water, it will eventually turn into a block of ice. Oops.
Duh.
So Michael's saying we both sound good.
Cool.
Hooray, that's good.
Works for me.
Because part of the idea behind this stream was we didn't stream on Thursday when I was helping out Ashley from Chip Builds with her welding project. You can check out the videos on that. Got a couple more coming. But Jimmy tried this out. When was it? Last night?
Yeah, I unboxed it last night. Yeah, it seemed like it did pretty good.
But we wanted to try it out for a two-person setup because the original mic would always pick up whoever was sitting right here really good. The other person over would be like, okay, really faint, which wasn't very effective.
Calvin's always back here bumping up against everything. Yeah, here it comes. Here it comes.
That thing just keeps making awesome sounds. I think what's happening is it's freezing, it's building up pressure, and then it's popping it.
Yeah, it's just too bad it wasn't doing like it's supposed to be doing.
I know.
We need to put more water in it.
Elon's saying there's one way to make it sound better. Duct tape.
Duct tape fixes everything. Where do I have my duct tape at?
I don't know.
I know I got some around here somewhere.
See where the dry ice pliers are at.
Oh, those wonderful looking pliers. Yeah.
These horror movie contraptions. They work though.
Looks like I should have my glasses on when you pick those up.
I sent Danielle the image of the Wanted serial killer poster.
Oh, God.
She thought it was great.
Yeah, that looks pretty horrible. But the glasses work really good, so I can't knock them.
Gotta do what you gotta do. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Except relationships found out the hard way. Well, it depends on what kind of relationship you got.
Oh gosh.
I'm learning that Ian's a freak, man.
Gotta be careful, man. Them Brits are secretly some pretty freaky people. You know. Too bad we don't have a blowtorch, so we can't just like heat the water up really fast.
Yeah, we should put more water in it.
Yeah, we just try breaking it up with the spatula.
Yeah, that's totally what it's meant for. There goes the boat. I can hear the water's all slushy now.
I give up. This is bad. I give up. I quit.
I think it's officially froze all the water.
No, it's still some liquid water.
Yeah, we should put some salt in there.
Yeah, some antifreeze. Yeah, Elon, insert. Yeah, dump a little bit of that in there.
That would be antifreeze, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because you can technically.
Let's see if it does it. Probably kill it completely.
And Nancy says, "Go get more water."
Pretty much.
Yeah, it seems to be doing something.
Yeah, I don't know if it's doing anything good or not, but it's doing something. And that was the end of the Jimmy and Calvin show.
Do the old walk off the set gag.
Dude, did some freaky stuff, turning everything white. That's bad looking.
That. Oh, that's just nasty.
So why is it doing that? It's just weird. Is it just forming ice around the dry ice now? Is that what's happening?
Aunt Nancy says, better open the door. Nah, we'll do that a little bit later once hypoxia really starts to set in. If that happens, I think you know where we're at. You know, just call for us. We'll be fine.
That's sad that didn't work out better.
I know. Live and learn.
It seemed like it's such a good idea that we started it.
Isn't that the case with everything? It was a great idea when we started.
It looked so cool earlier, too.
Well, you got to remember, eventually it'll get too cold regardless of the temperature of the water you use.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, hot water does work great. This will be the opposite of swatting. It'll be helping. Oh my gosh. I'd be careful. That water's probably really cold.
Well, it's not frozen, so it can't be that cold.
True.
It's just sounding worse and worse. Sounds like we're frying bacon. Yum. Oh, goodness. We'll just move it over there.
Yeah, we'll just leave it there. So in other news, before the stream started, it's a little hard to see, and I'll tweet a photo out of it. But this is a test of the state of California dual color print. And wow, it is not working with the lighting.
This thing here is probably not helping any. Let's just go ahead and get that off of here.
Nah, it's still not doing too good. State of California dual color print on.
There we go.
Put it back up there. Put it back up there.
Go ahead and tell us about the state of California.
Do you want me to give the explanation I gave you for the colors before the stream or no?
Yes.
So,
Totally.
We're going to still get demonetized for this.
You're not going to get demonetized. You're not monetized anyway.
Yeah, there goes my plans of monetization. Because originally when I tried doing this, I tried doing it with AMZ 3D wood, and that didn't work so well. It kept clogging, so
It did.
I know your face though. It's great. I know what you're thinking inside. I know what you're thinking inside. It's so bad. So then I asked Jimmy if he had any, like, what was it, baby poo brown or something?
Yeah, I used to have some, but I couldn't find it.
So
I think I used it all.
when baby poo brown didn't work out, we switched to golden showers gold and some green for the cash money growing in them hills.
Cash money in them hills.
Should I note I've been not getting very much sleep the last few days, so I'm a little bit crazy. No, the whole point behind this is Ashley over at Chip Builds was curious if it would be possible to print out the states. And I had the idea, well, there's the A10M with the color mixing. It would be interesting to look into doing it. It just sounds weird.
No, it's
No, I meant
popping, isn't it?
No, it's the...
Oh, it is up there.
Yeah. So the idea is all these models are being made to the same height, 12 millimeters, because we were going to CNC machine them. That didn't work out. So now what I'm doing is I'm working on tuning it so that way the tops of the hills are not straight up green, but they're a lot greener, and then the bottom's more of like a darker color. It's pretty cool. The problem is I did this in Hatchbox PLA for the gold part, and then the green was AMZ, so the temperatures were way off and it didn't exactly work. But you know, it was a good experiment, is what it is.
Yeah.
So hopefully sometime in the future I'll actually have like a video series on printing all those up and talking about the designing of it and whatnot. But it was kind of a fun little project to work on while I was over here.
Alkish says, "Oh, geez, what did I join into?"
Pretty much, that's what I'm saying as well. What did I sign up for? Yes.
Jimmy
Yes.
Calvin's dungeon.
Where we do unspeakable things with 3D printers.
Oh God. What are you printing now, Calvin?
I won't say what it was, but did you see what Teresa was printing the other day?
No. What was she printing?
I'll show you after the stream.
Show me on the stream. Let's see what she was printing. Did she put it on Twitter?
I'll let you guess that one.
That'd be a yes.
Maybe.
Let's find out what she was printing. I'm really curious.
Well,
Hey, is Teresa on here by any chance? Send me the link. Oh goodness. We'll look it up later.
I'll find it in just a minute. Don't worry. This, I'm not going to show it on the stream. That is what she was printing.
Isn't that the new Russian rocket that's getting ready to replace the...
We'll leave it at that.
Gotta love those solid rocket boosters down at the bottom.
Yeah, Dan, this is the absolute failure episode. What happened is I drove up from Southern California this morning and got into Jimmy's around 2, and he sends me a message and he goes, "Oh yeah, Beth went to Home Depot and found a whole bunch of like Halloween decorations for $1." And I'm like, "Oh great." Or was it Osh?
No, it was over at Lowe's.
Oh, never
We
mind.
went to Lowe's to pick up a couple things for that dishwasher, which turned out to be a complete disaster in getting that installed. And then she happened to find these pumpkins that they had the whole thing marked down to $1 for the pumpkins and this wreath and the spooky telephone, which I don't know.
It was $1. I mean, I'm surprised they marked it down already, and it's only the 28th.
I know. I'm surprised they did it.
I would expect it afterwards.
So what were you face palming about over there?
What Ewan said. That's why, because I read the chat. So what's up, Dan? Yeah, this is sort of the Halloween special. I don't celebrate Halloween, but oh well. Tony popped in.
You know you eat candy.
I didn't say I didn't eat candy.
Well,
okay?
then you celebrate. That's all it's about. It's all about the candy.
Whatever. Alkish is saying he's highly disappointed in you, Jimmy, that you don't have any 3D printed pumpkins. Let me go show you what was supposed to be one in just a second. This is great.
Okay, that's what's supposed to be one. This one, hopefully by tomorrow night, will be a pumpkin.
This is what was supposed to be the pumpkin, okay? You happy now, Alkish one? You happy?
Let's see.
Oh my
How does this work? Like that?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the... It reminds me of that... Dude, don't take out an eye. Oh, man.
It means like this.
It feels like a slinky. It was like... Well, at least that much of it printed all right.
There we go.
Until it popped loose from the bed, and then it just layers shifted and went all over the place. That's about a half a spool of filament right there.
This is just wrong. This is just wrong on so many levels. Should we put it in the cauldron just for kicks?
Dad says that's Jimmy's cat.
Which one? That's the real question. Oh man, I'm gonna set this offset before it eats us. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's your answer, Alkish. That's why there is no pumpkin. We're not sorry about that.
There will be. It'll be probably tomorrow night before I have my pumpkin. Hopefully. And actually, it's not even a full pumpkin. It's a pumpkin vase.
So 3D Medic Vince was saying, put some large googly eyes on it and a mouth and a nose and a mouth, and you're good to go. Yeah. Oh, geez, Ewan, you're taking over for Wellbot tonight with the savage lines. This is great. Speaking of which, sounds like Wellbot's not doing too good again.
Really?
Yeah.
You got something up there. No, seriously, you got something up there. There you go. Oh no, what's going on now?
I guess they were. I haven't been keeping totally on top of it, but it sounds like the old issues with the hospital dragging things out, and then financial stuff because you can't. It's. I don't want to sound like our medical system is any better, but to anybody who says that other countries' medical systems are so much better, go look at people who actually live there and the crap they have to go through, and look at what we have to go through, and let's all come to the conclusion that the medical system in general is not what it should be. Period. I'm leaving it at that.
Is he all right, or?
I think he's hanging in there, but it just seems like I'm almost wondering if what he's got is like one of those drug resistant things that you're pretty because
like MRSA or whatever it's called.
MRSA or staph or I don't know. I mean, it's one of those really tough things where you're like, at what point do you just draw the line and go, enough's enough?
Yeah.
But we're feeling for you, Wellbot. We miss you.
So I can use that as the Great Pumpkin. The Great Pumpkin, Johnny Brown.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Dude, did you not celebrate anything?
No, I did not. I lived under a rock.
We're going to talk after the stream.
You know what's going to happen on Wednesday when I'm over at school. I'm going to be the only guy walking around like this, like, sup world.
Yeah, and the whole time as those beautiful, beautiful women are walking by with their skanky looking outfits, and you're going to be going, hmm?
No, I thought that was every day at college.
No, it gets better on Halloween.
Oh, gosh.
So you celebrate. Oh, God.
No, I don't live in Iraq, Eddie. Nah, I just grew up in a small townville where nothing happened. Small townville being like the one house on the block that didn't do much. Oh, well.
Just didn't want to buy candy. Turned off the porch light. Turned off the lights in the front of the house, went to the back of the house, and nobody would come knock on the door. Is that what you're talking about?
I played the fifths on the following. Make me Patrick, so where are my shorts? I don't even get that.
That's just weird.
Alkish one says, well, why do you think sororities and fraternities host theme parties? Not a member of one. Halloween all year long. Oh gosh. You mean those groups that like totally invade the quad like every other day, and then I have to like walk through and it's like, I'm good. I'll take the back route next time.
Giving us a SpongeBob reference. Yeah, I gotta say on that one too.
Sorry.
After my time.
If you bring in Junkyard Wars, Scrap Heap Challenge, Mythbusters, Extreme Machines, Modern Marvels references, Wonders of Weather, I'm your guy on that one, all right? Just saying.
Oh, goodness. What were we going to talk about tonight?
Honestly,
what were we going to talk about 2 weeks ago whenever you weren't able to stream, and then I wasn't able to stream, and so I
don't know. Do you guys in the chat have any good suggestions about what we should talk about? Because I want to keep this going for a while just because we got people in here and it's fun, but I'm kind of drawing a mental blank right now. But I don't want to kill it early because we got it going.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I need the watch time. I mean, be completely honest in that department. I will not lie and say I also need the watch time.
You YouTube whore.
It's called YouTube Makes My Life Suck.
Oh, that's right. You're not a YouTube whore. You're a YouTube slut because you have to get paid for it to be a whore. Right?
Oh, geez, we do not need Ewan trying to play Ali G in the comments going, well, dude, if it's this, it's that, but then if it's that, it's that. No.
What's that?
Ewan will probably get the joke. That's
Yeah,
all
I got
that
my
matters.
Cura profile working on the A10M. The only thing that's bothering me is the pause. There's a pause after it does the first layer, and that's bugging me. And I'm trying to figure out what setting I'm missing because I'm missing something on the settings, and that's what I'm trying to figure out before I release it. But I may just have to release it the way it is, and maybe somebody else can figure it out and tell me what to change on it.
So Eddie's saying he is tired of consumer grade printers putting the word pro in their product name.
Right?
Yeah, it gets really annoying. It's like, it's the pro what? Come on, seriously.
Yeah, it's not pro if it's consumer grade. If it's consumer grade, it's a consumer printer. It's just pretty much a hobby machine.
Yeah.
The only way it's going to be pro is if it's going to be used by a business to actually do whatever they're doing. Or whatever that way. What in the world are you doing now?
Making sure that it's still second filling. I thought it was clicking, but it wasn't.
There's so many clickings in here right now. I can't even tell you can tell it.
Yeah, I know. So Alkish is saying, yes, it pauses. Every time it switches filament for me and it acts like it needs to heat up again.
That's what mine's doing too. And I don't understand it because I've got all the temperature settings exactly the same, yet it drops temperature by about 10 degrees and then heats back up again. So I don't understand why it's doing that.
I'll be perfectly honest. That is the only spot where Simplify 3D is winning in the dual extruding market. On the dual extrusion with the machine is strictly because it does not do the annoying pause and temperature shift. That's the only thing that it has going for it in the competition between Cura and Simplify 3D, to be perfectly honest. Other than that, it's a draw. If that.
To me, it's not worth $150 in order to lose the pause.
Correct, but I'm saying if you already have Simplify 3D, it's an advantage, but if you don't, it's not worth it. Not at this point.
Creality is the worst offender. On what?
I think using the word pro.
Yeah, pretty much.
So Alkish says he fixed that. It's the standby temp. I set all the temps to the same, including that one.
Yeah, that's what I did too. And it still does a stupid pause.
It'll
drop temperature and then it'll come back up.
Alkish, which version of Cura do you have though? Do you have I don't know what edition you're using. I'm using whatever edition of Cura is the latest stable one for the Moai.
3.4.1.
I think they came out with like 3.6 or something.
3.5, I believe, just came out, and I need to update it.
Because I run whatever works with the Moai, because that's what I have to do all my slicing in. So I figured it's good.
That one they just updated that one, where it works with the Moai.
Yeah,
the newest one does,
which is really nice. He's using 3.4.1 too.
Yeah.
Is there any way that you can send Jimmy the Cura profile so you can compare it?
Actually, I'll just end up sharing mine probably tonight.
So Alkish is saying he didn't upgrade to 3.5.1 because the Prusa MK3 is not compatible.
Really? Why
isn't the Prusa MK3 magical made by Joseph Prusa? So it's magically got to be amazing machine not compatible. What the heck is this talk? This is making my mind hurt. My mind's going to do the cauldron.
Joseph said I have my own software. Get it off your programming. That's my guess.
Yeah, probably.
How dare you add my machine to your software whenever I don't want to use your software? Could that possibly be the reason?
Probably spite. So Dan's saying he has 3.5.1 and hasn't seen a temp issue. Okay, well we'll figure it out. I mean, honestly,
I'll download 3.5.1 to see if that helps. That might do it.
You never know. Because
they're always talking about this one fixed that bug, this one fixed that bug. That could have been a bug that was in the programming.
So Eddie was saying, look at the CR10S Pro. It's basically the CR10S with basic features we should expect in a $500 printer at this point. Okay, for me and anybody else who's not familiar with what the, quote, added features are, can you mention them, Eddie, just so that way people can understand why it's a little bit silly that they're charging $500 extra? And Ewan's saying the MK3 is compatible, just not the MMU2 ... yet.
Ah.
That MMU2, it's interesting. I'll put it that way.
Is it?
Yeah. The way it works is, I guess, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think the way it works is it actually it has all the idler, all the hob bolts are driven, all the hob wheels are driven at the same time, but it actually has like a little lever arm with the tensioner that comes down on the right filament.
Okay.
And then the Bowden tube moves with that simultaneously. So it literally feeds it all the way into the extruder and does it, pulls it all the way back out, moves to the next guy, feeds it all the way in, pulls it back out, moves to the next guy. It's an interesting concept. I'll put it that way. But I mean, I personally think the original one would have worked if he hadn't gone with 4 and 1. Or he had done it 2 and 2. I don't know.
I still want to see it where they got enough filament where you can take and make multiple color, make pretty much any color like RGB lighting.
Yeah. Or CMYK.
But with enough filament to where you can actually do a full color print.
That'd be
with
cool.
Basic color filaments. That would, I think, would be the most awesome thing ever.
So, Eddie's saying from their website, the CR10S Pro upgraded from the CR10S with 9 functions and parts. Improved Teflon tube, meanwhile motherboard, touchscreen, double gear extrusion mechanism, resume printing, filament detector, 300 by 300 by 400 tubing, and the reported tube is Capricorn. Oh, that's cool.
At this point, all the 3D printer manufacturers ought to switch over to Capricorn or something like it.
Yeah,
because now that people are wanting higher print temperatures, they need to switch over to something that can handle it.
Yeah.
And either go with the Capricorn tubing or start going with an all metal hot end.
Yeah.
With it.
Personally, I'm glad. I need to go through and see if I can reflash my Thingomatics firmware so I can actually make the most of my E3D V6 that's on there, because I've got it has a thermocouple, so theoretically I can go up to 400 degrees C on the thing if I wanted to.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just need to go into the firmware for the machine and try and override the 260 that's on there originally, or just take some of the aluminum extrusion I have and just make my own. But we'll see. We'll get there when we get there.
Get that thing over there.
So Ewan's saying there was a 2-color version of the MMU1, but no one bought it. Okay, that's fair. I was thinking more for like support and whatnot, because I'm always thinking about supports, because I want to be able to prototype more fancy train models with FDM before I send it off to my Moai, because it's living in Walnut Creek at the moment. So it's about an hour trip each way, plus a $4 to $6 bridge toll coming back, plus the gas to work on it. So when I go out to my friend's house, I have to make sure I have a lot of stuff to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
But I can't do a ton if I'm doing big print, so whatever. So Alka's just saying, just add a flex bed to your CR10S and you'll be happy. Yeah. Honestly, the other thing I would love to see more print manufacturers come out with is either the print bed material that the G-Techs use, that silicon carbide, or a flex plate system like the Biltac one. Both of them, amazing. I personally like the flex plates because you can just take the plate out and just gently flex it. Have you seen like Spectre's 3D Tech on Twitter when he takes the prints off and he literally just goes with his gigantic flex plate, flexes it slightly, and the prints just literally fling themselves off?
Really?
It's insane. It is absolutely awesome. So Tony Ryan says he's out in the garage printing out a strain gauge. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is.
And Eddie says one of their 9 features is the Matrix auto leveling, i.e. mesh bed leveling turned on.
Oh,
God. Oh, my gosh. I wonder what Marlon thinks about that.
Oh, Bondtech gears for the extruder.
Okay. And upgraded motherboard with TMC drivers. Okay. Upgrading to the TMC drivers is worth the money if you can afford it because they are so quiet. But the other features.
Same time, why call it a pro? Why not just do it?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll be honest. I'm very close when I have the money in my budget to do it to buy a full set of TMC drivers for the Ultimaker and throw them in there. Because that machine, you guys have to remember, that thing is like 4 years old. It runs rock solid. But when you compare it to how quiet these modern machines are, that thing might as well be a cement mixer running at full speed with gravel next to your bedroom window at night in comparison with the noise. So it's still a very good machine. It's just I want to get quieter drivers so I don't keep everybody up at night.
He's exactly right. The Stratus is a pro printer. That's exactly right. Pretty much when you hear the word pro, the dollar signs come along with it. You know, and if the dollar signs are a difference of $100, then chances are it's not going to be what they consider a pro printer.
Well, also you got to remember when you buy something like the Stratasys, to a certain point, it comes with tech support. Do you say, "Hi guys, I'm having a problem"? 9 times out of 10, they will send Bob the tech out there to fix your machine for you. Or do you schedule maintenance on your machine on a cycling basis as part of your, purchasing plan with Stratasys? So that's another thing to keep in mind is when you're buying these high-level machines, they're coming with the guarantee that if things don't work out during the warranty period, they will send somebody out there to fix it for you. They will have somebody set it up for you. They will train you on how to use it. There's a lot of stuff that comes with it, both pros and cons, but something to keep in mind. So Tony's saying, speaking of rude noises, firing up the MK2.5 right now. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Now, one thing I will say to Harbor Freight comparing themselves to brands like Snap-on is there are certain things that Harbor Freight sells that are just rebrands that every other store is carrying. I'll be perfectly honest. Like their little bench saw. Come on.
Yeah.
That one is a rebrand. Now, I will say something like their 90 amp FlexCore welder. Personally, it is not worth the price that they charge for it. But if you pick one up used and you do like what we did in the video I just released where we slapped a nice proper ground clamp on the thing, it actually made it into a proper welder that can actually do the stuff it's rated to do. Before, you could barely get the thing to weld tin foil if you were lucky.
Yeah.
So there's a good example, but it's really hit and miss.
By the way, I'm going to open the door real quick.
Sounds good.
I can feel it. I can feel the CO2.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little lightheaded too.
Woo! There we go. We're good.
So Eddie's saying, don't get me wrong, I buy the crap out of Harbor Freight, but I know I am not buying Snap-on. Bingo. Bingo. Bingo.
And that's the reason why Harbor Freight compares themselves with Snap-on, because like we have lifetime guarantee, but we don't have the price.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the one thing that I will say, Joe, the 3D printing professor, recently made a post about, is it okay to, give out lower cost tools at a makerspace? And I said, yes, because if it gets damaged or just never returns, it's...
Case in point, a putty knife. Okay, so you have a dollar store putty knife that somebody's just going to be using on a 3D printer, or you have your $8 putty knife that you went to Home Depot or whatever to purchase. That are you going to take and hand out your $8 putty knife for scraping off prints, or just hand out the Dollar Tree one? The
Dollar Tree one.
Exactly. I mean, they're both going to do the same purpose. It's not like it's going to be a sharp blade to it anyway.
Yeah.
So why jeopardize damaging your more expensive tools for I'm not going to say I don't want to word this so it doesn't sound crude, because it's not meant to sound crude. It's meant to say, if it's just a small task of knocking a print off of a print bed, why would you take and hand out something that may get lost, stolen, damaged, not because of this, but because, maybe it got stepped on and bent or something.
Or fell on the floor and hit the edge wrong, or right. No, it's fair. I mean, the one thing I will say is decent Harbor Freight items are the $10 angle grinders when they're on sale.
I knew some people own shops that actually would go and buy a truckload of those grinders. And the reason for it was they had bought DeWalt, they had bought Makita, they'd bought all the different 4.5-inch grinders. And the same thing happened. They would buy a Harbor Freight grinder for $10, they would buy a $150 grinder. Exact same, 4.5-inch grinder. Does the same task. The handles or the plate for the trigger would get broke off of both of them at about the same time. So which one would you rather have to replace because the handle or the trigger got broke off? The $10 grinder or a $150 grinder because somebody dropped it and broke the handle off it?
I'll buy 120 of the cheap ones and have the rest be for tax.
And that's what they finally came down to. It's like, why are we spending this much for something that's going to wear out at about the same time?
Yeah. Well,
yeah, it feels better, and it's for the length of the lifetime. This one works better if it can stay together that long.
Which it didn't.
But when you have guys going,
yeah. No, well, the one thing I will say that's nice about the $10 grinders is, say you do a lot of welding work, you can literally have one set up with a cutoff disc, one set up with a grinding stone, and maybe one or two, one set up with a flap disc, and one set up with a wire brush. And you got 4 grinders sitting there ready to go. So you're not changing heads all the time. You just grab the grinder you need and you're good to go. I mean, there's another advantage to having the cheaper ones. Or say you do a lot of field work and you accidentally drop your $10 grinder in the mud and you kill the thing. Oh, well, it's a $10 grinder. If the thing gets damaged or something, it's not the end of the world.
Well, it's like the guys at the shop. There's a guy who bought a Snap-on toolbox to do work in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
$2,000 for this toolbox for a roll around one for inside the shop. Other guy went and spent $125 on some U.S. General, which I think that's going to be a Harbor Freight brand.
Probably.
And does the same tasks with it. I mean, does exactly the same work. But guess who's got more money to go buy tools now?
The cheap toolbox guy. So Aaron was saying, I used their $10 grinder and it does the jobs I need to.
Yep.
Bingo. My dad has found, though, that if you stick just on really any angle grinder in general, those big old like cup wire wheel things,
yep,
that will thrash the living crap out of the bearings and they will die faster. But if it's a $10 grinder and you get a free $5 flashlight with it, you might as well say it's a $5 grinder and a $5 flashlight.
So you go out and you buy, let's find a middle of the road one. Let's say you go and you buy a Craftsman 4.5-inch grinder for $75.
Yeah.
I think I'm on sale. You can get for $59.99, but on average, $74.99 or something like that. Okay. That's how many grinders from Harbor Freight?
A lot.
Let's say if you got it on sale for $59.99, that's $60. So that's 6 grinders. Is that Craftsman one going to last you longer than 6 grinders from Harbor Freight?
No, and the advantage of the 6 grinders from Harbor Freight is as they break down, you can pull out the good bits to keep the other one going. I mean,
let's face it, it's not going to take 6 grinders from Harbor Freight to last the lifetime of a Craftsman one.
No,
it's just not.
No,
it might take 2.
Yeah,
but chances are it's going to be 1-to-1.
Yeah,
quite honestly.
And don't get me wrong, I am not knocking well-made USA
not
products.
Any of them. Not knocking any of them.
I'm not knocking well-made products that are worth their price.
And you can't knock the fact that when you buy a Snap-on, it's more than likely made in America.
Yeah.
That's what they pride themselves on.
Yeah.
And that, to a lot of people, means a lot, where you want to support your country, and
hope that they're giving you
jobs here.
Well, also, you hope that if you're spending more money for something made in your own country, it's going to be of a higher quality than an import. And it's going to give you the $60, $80, $100, $120 worth of investment you put into it. Not you get the thing and it lasts as long as the cheap one. And you're like, well, heck with that. I'm going to get the cheap one. It's a better deal.
It reminds me of this video I saw where this guy's all like, the Snap-on impact wrench is the greatest thing. He's all showing how much torque it's got and showing all that. And then he gets one of those earthquake ones. And he sticks it head to head, and the earthquake one beats out the other. And he's like, "Whoa, there's some black magic right here."
Is it that Wrangle Star guy? I think.
I have no idea.
I think it might be.
I have no idea, but it was just. It's like it's like, why did I just waste my life watching this video? It's like I should have known by the tone of his voice And the way he was acting just turned the channel.
So Aaron said he just got some clamps for woodworking projects from them for $12. Yeah, that's exactly what Ashley was telling me. Is she got some? I think it was the Irwin brand. I forget if it was at Lowe's or Harbor Freight or something. But she goes, "Why would I want to spend? I don't know how much it was. We'll just say $20 for one clamp, or I could buy the 4-pack for $20, same size clamps, and for what I'm doing, I'm paying $5 a clamp." And I'm like, honestly, I'm with you on that one. Or it's like when we were looking at getting magnets for welding, she had like one big one, but we needed a couple small ones, some more. And I figured for the $2 extra, for like $6, you got 4 slightly smaller magnets, but for the same price, you got one large one. And I'm like, well, the 4 slightly smaller ones are actually more useful than the one massive one.
I actually used to have a motto, and that was if I was using a tool for the first time, I'd go to Harbor Freight and I'd buy it.
Mm-hmm.
If I found I used that tool enough to where I wore it out, then I would see if I could find a comparable tool, either in a Craftsman or something more expensive that looked like it would last longer. But I mean, it had to be heavier duty built.
Yeah.
Not where it was like it's the same item. I'm talking where, okay, the quality of this one is far better than that one. Then I would buy the more expensive one and continue using it. But on average, I would buy the Harbor Freight one, and it would do the job to the point. It's like, why I don't feel the need to have to buy.
No, I'm with you on that one. I mean,
it's like, what was the one I got from there? Not fairly recent. It's been a few years ago. It was the compression tool for the disc brakes for putting the caliper back in. Because some calipers have to be turned as they go in. Other ones, they just you almost do it with a C-clamp.
Yeah.
And I bought this kit from Harbor Freight for $25, and it had every plate you could imagine for all the different calipers. I still use it.
Yeah, I'll bet.
It's still in the plastic case. It's all bleached out from the sun and everything, and nasty looking. Surprisingly enough, even the little clip things on the case still work. But the thing just works to the point where it's like I don't feel the need to have to replace it with something better. It's not broke down yet, so why would
it's done its job?
Yeah.
So Alkesh One was saying this is like me buying multiple cheap printers for the classroom versus these 2,000 printers that are quote for schools. Bingo, 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 bingo.
Okay. So a friend of mine at my job, he goes to the local college here. Okay. So they got the funding to get a 3D printer. So what do? They go out and they buy a $20,000 Stratus machine with a build volume of less than my TiVo Tornado down here or the 830. Okay. It's got a smaller print volume than that.
But the thing's about the size of the desk, probably.
But it is a Stratus. So you know it's the quality's there. It's going to print.
You better hope.
Yeah. But will it print every single time? No, it's still going to have failures from time to time. That's just the nature of 3D printing.
Yeah. It
has nothing to do with it sucking or anything like that. It has to do with the fact that that's just the nature of 3D printing. And all you have to do is go to one of those Facebook groups. There's people all the time. Hey, I don't know how to do this. It's not because they don't know any better. Well, it is because they don't know any better because they are brand new to it.
Yeah.
That's the same with that. You can take a newbie and stick them in there. They might have the luck with the Stratus machine, but more than likely they're not.
No.
More likely it's going to have issues. So they paid $20,000 for this machine. And I told them, I said, do you realize how many Ultimakers they could have put in this room
Ultimaker
for $20,000?
Ultimaker S5 extended.
I'm not even talking about any of these. I'm talking about an Ultimaker. They cost what, $2,500 for the newest one?
At least.
Maybe $3,000?
Maybe 35, depending upon
okay,
if you get like
let's say $3,500.
Yeah.
How many can you buy for $20,000? A lot more than one.
I mean, a good example would be, I could run out and buy a Formlabs Form 2 for, what is it? I think about $300, $3,000.
Yeah.
Or I can get 2 Moais and a couple of liters of resin for that much. Have 2 machines, so I could have one running gray and one running clear, running continuously, and I'd still be able to get more done than I could on a Formlabs.
Eddie says $5K. Okay, So $5,000 for the newest, greatest, best machine that the Ultimaker has to offer.
You get 4 for the price of 1.
For the price of 1.
And you have to remember the consumables for the Ultimaker are going to be a lot cheaper than the consumables for the Stratasys.
Oh yeah,
Even if
because
you bought
Stratasys
the
is going to say
Ultimaker ones,
you have to buy from us.
Yeah.
On stinking Ultimaker, you just go on Amazon.
They don't care.
Order it from Amazon. Order it from Matter Hackers, or order it from anywhere
Printed
you want.
solid,
and you've got it.
Yeah. You know, it's yeah. My dad says schools and their quote vanity purchases saw it all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, my dad worked in a school both as a tech and as an instructor, and you can come on here and talk for hours about the dumb purchases and the dumb decisions schools have made with money that they get. And we're talking, this is grant money that, you know, they're told go out and buy stuff with it. But the thing is, people want to run to buy the flashiest, most amazing thing without realizing, no, we maybe should not be giving film students $30,000 cameras that we have 2 of, and if one gets broken, we now have 1. Maybe get them slightly cheaper.
It's like starting up a film deal at your school and say, let's go out and buy a red camera. That's what we need to film with.
Yeah. When in reality, maybe get like like the camera that Joel films with, like a nice quality camera that's a professional one.
Or buy one of these, or a truckload of these,
or
for the same amount of money.
Or start them out with that.
Yeah, because that way when they drop it, you didn't just drop $10,000 or $100,000 or $50,000,
and then it costs like $10,000 in 3 months to get fixed.
Right.
Because a common issue that my dad would have in his studio class is he had some really nice, I think they were like Sony lav mics.
Yeah.
But the problem is people would forget when they'd get up, everybody would forget to unclip their lav mic, and they'd start to walk away and would yank the thing out. And half the time it would break the wires inside, and they had to send it out at about 2 to 3 weeks lead time and about $50 to $150, I think it was, somewhere in that range to get it fixed.
How much was the mic? Brand
new. A couple hundred, I think.
Yeah.
You know, these are professional quality lav mics that were crystal clear audio. They had like the little battery inside. They gave them phantom power, and all those things were nice.
In our case, we do YouTube videos. So we're stuck with $15 lav mics.
Okay, you want to know what? I got you beat. The lav mic that I still film with cost me all of, I think, $3 to $5 on eBay.
You know what? Because that thing's $15, I don't mind doing like that with it.
No.
This thing has been on the floor and I've stepped on it, and the thing still works great.
There's something, I mean, the one thing I will say that drives me nuts, though, is when people have super nice cameras, super nice audio recorders, and their videos are just horrid. And I'm like, really? I'm shooting with a 3rd generation GoPro here and a $100 audio recorder and a stinking $5 lav mic, or a $20 Behringer. Yeah. And I'm like, what is wrong here? I'm filming with ancient, effectively, technology, and I'm supposedly producing better content than the people with the really expensive stuff. Something's not right here.
I mean, I'd love to have a 4K camera.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to. The only thing is that then I've got to worry about upgrading the computer. I've got to get more storage because I'm going to be using a whole lot more storage. You're going to be
burning through it. I mean, if you thought you burned through storage with 1080, 4K is going to be like, oh, that was a terabyte. Oh, that was a terabyte.
Well, it's just like when I went to this camera, I went to 1080 at 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
So that everything would be smoother. And I like the way it looks. So it's like, yeah, I don't. But the nice thing about 4K is you can take and zoom in with the software, and it's not grainy.
Yeah. So Alkish was saying, I wish I could give my 6th graders more real world hands-on, but there are limits to what I'm allowed to do with them. Yeah, that's always the hard part.
Yeah.
You know, I totally respect rules in schools, and I think it's a good thing, but I also feel like sometimes they're actually stifling kids' creativity, especially when they're younger. And I feel like there needs to be this balance, if you know what I mean.
Yes, you can definitely tell the difference between the red and that, but also you have a lot more attachments that have to go with the red in order to use it.
So Tony's saying he agrees with Eddie, but that comes after you learn the basics of lighting, framing, and composition.
Right.
Bingo. I mean, my upcoming video that I'm going to be releasing next Saturday about the Osh in town where I grew up closing down, I literally filmed all the inside the Osh scenes were shot using my Samsung Galaxy S8 Active. it worked, to be honest, because it was a last minute thing when I went over there and I didn't have all my oh gosh, yes. Yes.
I taught TV production for 23 years. 98% of students' projects weren't worthy of a VHS camcorder.
I hope my projects were in the 2% that were decent.
It wasn't. Oh, God.
I will link you guys, though, to one of the greatest videos that was ever, if I can find it, that was ever shot. My dad hates it, but it was shot in his television class. Let me see if I can find it here really quick. It was nuts. If I can't find it, I'll just link it afterwards.
Somewhere I've got an old Hitachi VHS camcorder. I wonder if it still works.
That'd be fun to dig
I
out.
I haven't taken it out of the case in years. It's one of those old-fashioned plastic cases.
Oh my
It's all
gosh.
form fitted for it and everything.
That's
I
epic.
got it for... It was when I graduated from 8th grade. My parents bought it for me. Let's see if I find it. It's buried somewhere.
Yes, Eddie, I am 1,000% with you on that one. He goes, the biggest issue we have in IT is kids come out of college with no clue about how technology works in the real world. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'll be honest. I have had kids ask me more relevant questions about 3D printing and how it works than I have from, quote, professionals who think that they know more about 3D printing than I do. And I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
Something is wrong here. You know, when people, true story, my friend Scott, who's storing my Moai and is going to probably be in some future videos where we're doing stuff with the printer for train projects and whatnot. So he's got some ideas floating around or working on. He told me a story about when he went to a train store and he's just, you know, cruising around, picking up stuff. And there's somebody there who brings in like his dad's old Lionel train set. And he asks the guy, it's not working. And the guy goes, oh, you know, you just take a screwdriver and you pull the screws out. And this guy literally goes, what is a screwdriver?
Oh my God.
And my friend Scott told me the story. He just goes, I just about like walked out of the store. I'm just like, you got to be kidding me, right? You don't know what a screwdriver is? And that's become like our little inside joke almost is like, well, do you know what a screwdriver? I'm like, it's really sad though when he's working on projects and he goes, I'd love to, you know, put this out there for people. I'm like, well, to be honest, does it involve a screwdriver? Does it involve a file? Does it involve cutting things? He goes, yeah. I go, honestly, I'll do a video about it. I'll put it out there. But I'm like, honestly, people are just so scared to do anything anymore. Oh my gosh, I have to unscrew something. Oh, I can't do that. Oh no. And it's like, come on, people, seriously. I can understand being a little bit nervous about hacking up a locomotive, but unscrewing something or screwing something in there, no, it's not that hard. You know, it's a sign of the times though. It's really sad. But it's become like our really bad inside joke of, do you know what a screwdriver is? You know, and I really hope that's just a very rare isolated incident, but I would probably be wrong on that one, which is why I love working with people who know how to do things, who are passionate about it. People like you, Ashley, Danielle, my dad, Scott, all the other people I know who are like, let's go out and build things. Let's show off what we know. That's what I enjoy about doing this YouTube thing, is trying to get people to hopefully want to pick up a screwdriver and a hammer and build something. I hope.
Speaking of which, when do you want to do the front porch?
You feed me nanas and you give my knees a little bit of time to recover, and I'm game. Like, no, really, when were you thinking of doing it?
I don't know.
Because this Thursday I need to go to.
I was talking with Uncle Steve, and he's talking about in February, but the way it's starting to fall apart, I don't know if it's going to last till February.
I think it was starting to sag a bit when I was walking across it earlier.
Well, the fence on the front, up at the top, started falling down, and it's like it's termites. The termites got to it, and it's like I don't know how much longer I can
safely walk across it.
Yeah,
so, set up like a little zip line.
I need to get the pickup, get it ready, and just start making lumber runs.
Yeah, I hear you.
He did a really good drawing on what all I need, so I think I'll probably go by that and start getting the lumber.
That sounds like a plan. Yeah,
it looked like they dropped the price on some of the kiln dried. So
I'd start snatching it up while the price is low before some new lumber tax comes into town.
yeah, before they start doing tariffs on lumber. Oh, that's right. They already did.
But no, yeah, keep me in the loop because in 3 weeks I'm going to be back down in SoCal. So
That's cool.
yeah, for Thanksgiving. So that one's going to be a slightly longer trip. So I'm hoping to have some time to actually hang out with people and work on stuff and
You're
film.
gonna hang out with Danielle?
Yes, we're actually going to go out to Death Valley to film a meteor shower.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm working on actually setting up a timing circuit for my camera that utilizes an infrared trigger and a little timing circuit. So, Elon, I'm really sorry for all the help you put into the timing circuit, but I actually found one for like $5 or $6 online that would work a little bit easier. I feel like a jerk, but I will explain. I will show your circuit in the video though, because it is a very helpful thing to kind of show the difference between a store-bought and DIY it. But for time reasons, I just decided, much as I want to DIY it, I need simple.
Just tossing his work off to the side.
It will get used eventually.
Will it?
Yes, for a timing circuit for a train layout, actually.
Sure.
So Yvonne says, basic code gets you nowhere unless you're going higher up in it. Basic logic and circuits teach you ways to think. I bet you can't speak French and Spanish like you could in secondary school. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, now it's got a whole lot more colorful language to it. Watch Del Norte and learn how to really speak Spanish.
So the handy out nerd goes, you should come here and help me work on some projects. Oh, no, I'm good. I've already got enough projects lined up. Are you kidding me? I literally spent about 14 to 16 hours, including driving time, going to Ashley's house, setting up the welder, building the jig, welding up the bench, prepping it to paint, prepping it for primer, getting primer on it, and then getting home. And that's with driving down, having a class, a midterm, driving to Jimmy's house, and then getting to my parents' house at like 11 o'clock at night the day before. I did not get much sleep. I've just been running myself into the ground, which is bad. But whatever. No, it was a good trip though, although it was really fast.
Yeah.
But at least it was nice to just get out for a little bit. And the nice thing is we did figure out, don't put a 64 gig memory card into a camera that only reads a 32.
Why?
Because it's so old. It's a Nikon D80. It actually was my sister's DSLR, and then she sold it to me years ago, and it's been sitting around. So Danielle's like, how well would the new GoPro handle low light? But then I figured, oh, I have the DSLR. We should try using that. And that got the whole timing circuit thing started. So yeah. And then eventually we're hoping to go out to Joshua Tree and do some time lapses out there. But I'm hoping to have one of my like 4 to 5 foot long CNC extrusion rails done as a camera slider, so we can actually set that up to kind of do like a panning shot or something.
Cool.
Yeah, but it's incremental steps to get there. So we'll see.
Let's see. We're dropping viewers.
No, I'm kidding. I'm dropping brain cells currently, probably.
That's the A10M squeaking.
Yeah.
Calvin's wore out one of my extruders.
Sorry. No, I'm not. I have no remorse. Print harder, A10. No, I'm just kidding.
How's California looking down there?
Yeah, it's actually coming along. I'll post up a photo when it's done.
Is it changing color yet?
No, that's in about 1.5 millimeters. Then it starts to do the transition into the green.
I'm glad you came to the millimeter side instead of talking about inches.
That's because it's millimeters on the screen. Oh, that's a low blow, Elon. Oh, jeez, dude. Oh, I can't get that out of my head now.
Yeah, it totally is an inside joke.
I'm
What's
crashing.
that noise? That's outside.
That's a jet.
No,
That's probably them spraying chemtrails.
probably.
That hurts the fly.
Actually, I think somebody's rolling a trash can.
But it's not trash day.
Oh,
Maybe your neighbor's still getting rid of ponytail.
could be. I still think he's down on the concrete.
They Jimmy Hoffa him. So wrong, but it
Not
totally
the only
fits
one
in.
that got new glasses.
Totally fits in with the dark aesthetic tonight. Oh man, I'm crashing faster though.
Are you?
Yeah, I got to get up around.
Well, we got the door open, so we know it's not from too much carbon dioxide.
No, it's just from literally not getting enough sleep at all. Oh well.
I wonder if we do carbon dioxide around a ABS print, if the inert gas would cause it to not split.
It has to do with just
Has
the
to do with
shrink-
heat.
has to do with the shrinkage rate of ABS being so high.
Shrinkage.
It would work if you had a way to put the machine inside a box that stayed at a constant temperature and didn't have any drafts. That would actually help a lot, especially on a machine with a moving bed, because then you're not going to get a draft.
Eddie, is called no stamina. This young generation anymore does not have stamina. None. I'm going to tell you the same thing that a guy told me one time when I was your age. And we were on the CB radio talking like way late at night. And I said, I got to go to bed. I got to go work in the morning. He says, you've got to go to bed and you've got to go to work in the morning. He says, I work 16 hours and I went to bed at a certain time. I got up at a certain time. I worked 16 hours and then I came home and made love to my wife and I'm still on the radio. And you've got to go to sleep. No stamina. That's
Oh,
exactly what he
gosh.
told me.
No, this has been an ongoing thing for the past few weeks, though. I've been
'Cause you need
way.
to eat more, dude.
I know.
You need to eat more. You didn't even eat all your spaghetti. You need to eat your spaghetti, man.
I'm gonna have it when we're done.
He's got his.
Skitty and meatballs.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
Oh,
yeah,
Look
look
at
at that.
Look at that.
That was really
Look at
good. Mm-mm.
He used to knock Denny's so much. Now he loves Denny's.
All my fault. Oh, jeez, no.
What? Which one?
What Eddie said?
Let's see. Where did he say? Back when I was your age?
Nope. How about
Yeah.
that one?
That's possible. He might. Who have you been kissing lately?
No one.
Uh-huh. That's like catching something from getting off a toilet seat, too. Come on. Tell me the truth.
I can promise no one.
You can promise no one. So you can promise no one's what?
Kissed me, kissed them. Nope. Not even a dog.
Well, there went my hopes and dreams.
Yeah,
After
sorry.
I saw the preview of the orchard.
Oh, Jimmy loves that episode.
I sure do.
Heck yeah.
Had one of my favorite people in it. And Calvin.
Ouch. Thanks for second classing me there.
Hey, what can I say?
Oh, I get
Who
it.
have you been drinking after Calvin?
Oh, jeez.
Too cheap to buy bottled water?
Yes, that is true, actually, Eddie. And you know, bottled water is terrible for the environment, so we shouldn't be buying it because it's just death in a bottle. I'm being highly sarcastic there, potentially.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you talking about the BPH or whatever it's called?
No, I'm talking just like
Or are you
bottled.
talking from the standpoint of the California, everything's causing cancer?
I'm talking about it from that standpoint, slightly sarcastically. No
Everything in
offense.
California causes cancer. Even the air in your shop can cause cancer and birth defects and reproductive harm.
And that is no insult to people who actually have had cancer and
No,
that whole thing.
Not at all.
But at the same time,
But
it gets,
it's ridiculous on what they put the warning on.
it gets to the point
I
where
loved it when the judge said you need to put the warning label on, or no, they wanted to put the warning label on coffee. And the judge is like, I am not ordering people to put a label on coffee when we have drank it all of our lives and there is absolutely no proof.
Yeah.
And their whole reason is because of the color of it.
Oh yeah.
And then I've heard recently that drinking anything warm that way can increase even warm water can increase the risk of cancer.
So explain why.
I have no idea why.
Well, explain why then Chinese people drink tons of tea and I don't hear them all dying of throat cancer.
No, and here's the thing. Do you know that they put their water in thermos bottles?
Yeah.
Not to keep it cold, but to keep it warm. Room temperature. Just
yeah. All I know that's also really cool from having worked in a school that had a lot of just, I don't know from which part of Asia, but just Asian people in general, is they'd always bring in like their little like boxes with their lunches.
Yeah.
It's still a thing. And I don't blame them. Save a lot of money that way.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. Go with my little IKEA box with my sandwiches inside and it works good.
I love it when Gil comes to work with his lunch.
Yeah.
Especially when he brings the blue.
Oh yeah.
Next time I'm firing up the camera to watch that one.
Oh, that'll be good.
Hey boss. Rudy. Hey Rudy, come over here.
Hey boss. I got me one of them. Okay, Gil, let's go film this. Oh no, you're not. Oh. It'd be better than an episode of Fear Factor.
I never seen a guy that's that rough and tough looking start visibly looking like he's going to throw up. That was hilarious.
Well, maybe he's just not as tough as he thinks he is.
This is funny.
Nah, he's gonna come back and slash my tires tonight, probably.
What's that?
Watch, he's probably gonna watch it and slash my tires in the middle of the night.
Probably.
Yeah, great.
Nah, he won't do that.
Nah,
well, actually, he will because that way you have to buy new tires.
Oh, I see how it works. You're just mad that I didn't bring my going flat tire to your shop. Oh man, it's not my fault. My DIY patch job didn't work as planned. Oh wow.
Thank goodness none of our ancestors drink water from a straw, or none of us.
Because Aaron said drinking from a straw can give you cancer. Honestly, though, with California logic, I mean, I was surprised. I went to an Ace Hardware in West Covina and figured out that down there, you can buy 5 gallons of denatured alcohol or acetone in one shot. I have never seen a hardware store anywhere in California that you can buy 5 gallons of that stuff in one shot.
Salinas.
Sorry, I don't know where to shop in Salinas then.
Yeah, you can go to what's that place called? Sherwin-Williams. But the thing is, you gotta be a contractor. You just have to be a contractor in order to get it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because you're not telling the right story.
I'm gonna cook me some meth.
Are you?
No. Not as good as me getting the dry ice at the Snob Hill.
That was funny.
Oh, we're getting dry ice.
Oh! I'm like, calm down, Calvin. Calm down. He says, this is gonna be epic. This is gonna be epic. We're gonna put dry ice up there. There's gonna be steam coming off everything. Yeah. Oh no! When he gets to the cash register, oh, it's gonna be epic. It was like, calm down, Calvin. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be. Oh, I can't wait to get this dry ice. And I'm like, Calvin, stop it. Calm down. Oh my god. Oh my god. And the guy behind the register just starts cracking up because he thinks that he's gonna take this dry ice and make dry ice bombs with it.
Nope.
He thinks he's going to take, where you put it in a bottle, he's boom, you know. That's what this guy's, honestly, you can see it rolling. It's like, dude, we're going to be making like where the steam rolls off and stuff. And the guy's like, sure.
Do you know we didn't save any dry ice because we got a bottle right here? Oh, gosh.
Oh, River said the new mic's working well. That's good. Glad to hear that. That's the reason why I was really interested in trying this one out whenever they offered it, because that way, whenever we're doing our streams, we can have it here instead of having that one, picking up the person closer to that.
So Tony said, rather than dry ice, just set up a bank of vape units, less chance of dying from CO2. Well, what was it? Our 2.5, 3-ish pounds of dry ice cost us under $10.
It's $7.
$7. How much is a smoke machine at wherever on sale? Probably.
I still think that would have been the best deal, but it's like what, $50 for the smoke machine, then like what,
$20
$5 or $10 for the
fluid.
smoke fluid.
And how many times are we going to use it? Probably.
I still think I should have got Beth's nebulizer. Just put water in it.
That would have been great. Oh well, it was a fun experiment. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, everything's all froze up now. It's still bubbling down there. But
Oh my gosh,
it looks like some science experiment went wrong.
isn't that what they always use it for?
Very much.
Eddie's saying, isn't smoke fluid just water? I think it's a water and glycerin mix, and then
I think so.
Then they heat it up and it forms the vapor
Yeah.
cloud.
Unlike they used to do where they just use mineral oil.
But the problem with that is it would eventually coat everything in mineral oil.
Right.
It just became a mess.
Well, my friend, it is 9:17 p.m.
And I'm crashing fast.
Are you?
Yeah,
So you want to go a little bit longer until you completely crash or what?
it's up to you.
No, I need to get around.
You got work tomorrow. I got to drive back to SF. I got classes.
What time is your class?
12:30.
So you're going to have to leave here, what, at like 9?
I'm going to here to be out about 8:30 or 9 because I need to actually swing by the house and drop off some stuff because I don't want to leave my printer and my laptop visible in the car.
What printer did you take?
Ultimaker 2.
Oh, okay.
I decided to bring it along just in case I needed it, which it came in handy when I was over at Ashley's house because I could do a couple of prints while we were there. But yeah.
Ewan says it's 4:17 a.m. Man. Stamina. That's called
Die Hard.
stamina right there.
That's called diehard viewership right there, dude.
That's called stamina.
Respect.
Something you don't have.
I don't have it in all senses of the word. I'm going to leave it at that.
My night's just getting started.
Uh-huh. How much fun did you and Beth have after your anniversary the other day?
A lot.
So how many years again? Was?
Now I remember what happened to that roll of duct tape.
So how many years was it?
22 years.
22 years.
Been married for 22 years.
Congrats, dude.
Oh, thanks. And we got married in 96.
Nice. I was about 4 to 5 years old.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, October 26, 1996.
Nice.
I actually got married in this room right here.
No way.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Dad married us because both him and my mom were ordained ministers, and so he performed the ceremony.
Nice.
So went from here to Happy Steak and had our reception there.
Happy Steak?
Happy Steak. Used to be a really good place to eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Actually, I take it back. At that time, they changed the name. It wasn't Happy Steak anymore. It was Brooks Ranch.
Got it.
But it's still Happy Steak.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, though, dude.
Yeah. I think Jimmy's old enough to be your dad.
Yeah, pretty much.
I am going to be 45 in a few weeks. Actually, 2 weeks. My birthday is November 8th.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm getting old. That's the reason why I need glasses now.
You can join my dad in that club.
Like distance right here, I can read the chat. All right, if I'm closer to it, that's when I start having problems.
Got it.
And then when it gets real bad, then I just go up here and I do the, where's it at?
Zoom.
Yeah, where's the zoom at? Yeah, there we go. I just go larger.
That does help.
Larger. And I go larger. There we go.
It does help reading it from here, though, I will be honest.
What, are you getting old now or what?
No, I'm just saying that when you got the lights, bright lights shining in your eyes, it does help.
Yeah, it does.
Rover's saying Jimmy's still a youngster.
Yeah. That's what my wife keeps telling me. My wife is 22 years older than I am, so.
My dad was asking, is Beth a little bit older? I'm like, yeah, but I don't know how much. There's your answer, Dad. Do the math. Holy crap, 22 years?
Yeah. She was 44 and I was 22 when we got married. Yep, she robbed the cradle. I went for the cougar. It's all good.
That explains why you guys are right now. Okay.
Who's seduced who is still up for debate.
You know what? Here's all that matters.
All I got to say is back then she wore short skirts and high heels, so the seduction might have been on her side.
But who can't love this sexy hunk right here of Jimmy?
Hey, big boy. Keep touching me.
And my dad says, and Calvin is young enough to be my son. Yes.
I hope so. If not, there might be some answers that need to be made.
Oh, great. Oh, my gosh.
It says, ew, I don't want to know. And he's Miss Robinson.
Yvonne, I don't want to think about that.
Older the violin, the sweeter the music. Yes, I don't want to think about that. La la. Oh, it reminds me of this one time right after we got married. I went into this Danskin store so I could buy Beth some stuff. And go in there. And I asked, she was in the fitting room, and I said, Beth, is that the right size? And this African American lady comes past, and she goes, oh, honey, it's like they say, the bigger the cushion, the better the pushing. Oh, I died laughing. That was hilarious.
That is totally what somebody like that would say.
Oh, honey, like they say, the bigger the cushion, the better the pushing. And I said, and they're right. Yeah, we all got to laugh on that one.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, this is so bad. Oh, jeez, Yvonne. Oh, jeez.
What?
Do you even read the chat?
Think about anything but Naked Jimmy. Anything but Naked Jimmy.
Hey, the closest I ever seen this guy coming naked is when he came in here just wearing his white shirt, and I'm like, and he did it on camera. I mean, that was almost like practically nude Jimmy right there, because he always wears this outer shirt. It was crazy.
Yeah, the only thing is, I don't know if it was white or my shirt or my arms. That was.
It looks even better on black and white because it's just like dark and shiny white. Oh gosh! I hope it's gonna do the color mixing soon. It should. I didn't turn the power off.
Yeah, wait. Just his white shirt?
That's all you saw on camera. White shirt up.
White shirt, black pants. It's the only color pants I own is black pants. When you spend your whole life at work, why have? Well, take it back. I got some blue pants from when I used to do sandblasting.
Yeah.
And I wore some of those today when I was in there working. But other than that, that's the only two colors I got is blue and black.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my gosh. I give up. Well, I don't know who to ask for some good dating advice. Hey, Beth, do you have any good dating advice?
Yeah, and you know what she'd say? Let me talk to Daniel first. I'll tell her what she needs to do. Have a good night, Calvin.
Straight for me.
He actually laughed. Well, now that he's no longer in the room and I've got his video collection here, let's take a look at some stuff here. Uh-huh. Calvin, what in the world have you been watching? Oh, good Lord. I didn't even know they had that on YouTube. I actually think he left. He hasn't come back in. Oh my goodness. I'll give it about another 10 seconds here. If he doesn't come back, I'll have to go ahead and just shut it down. I don't want to just completely destroy his channel here. Although this might be kind of fun. Let's actually look at some other stuff here. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. I think I heard him. I think he's going to come back in.
What terrible things he What?
I'm really surprised at some of the videos that you watch, dude. We have to have a talk about this. I don't know. Of course, I guess they were age restricted, huh? I didn't know they had that on YouTube.
Oh, jeez.
Things you learn. So X Hamster isn't the only one? No. We're turning this back on.
This is just going downhill.
He's doing the I like to drink beer.
This stream used to be killed with fire at this point. Oh, jeez. Oh my god. This is what happens when I step out of the set for a minute and almost trip over a log.
Yes, let's check out his phone. He knows how he grabbed my head.
Don't worry, you can't get in.
Now we know where the good stuff's at. What did Calvin do with the hamster?
I have never had a hamster as a pet, actually. Don't worry.
No, you just watched that website.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Witt, by the way, I was kidding. I didn't actually go through his stuff.
This is what happens when I step out.
But the reaction he had was priceless because I got to feel there's going to be a lot of stuff on there.
Oh my gosh.
It ranks right up there with back when I was in loss prevention. They used to, my manager was like, I'm going to show you how to do an interview. I'm like, okay. Walks over to the printer, opens it up, takes out about yay much paper out of the drawer, puts it in the manila folder, writes the person's name on it, walks in the door and says, so-and-so, see this? Throws it down on the desk. That is you. So start talking. I'll tell you whenever we're talking about what I want to talk about. And they would spill their guts. Well, there's this one time that I took $20 out of the cash register, and there's this other time that... And then there was this time I loaned somebody my associate discount card. Yeah, that's the time we're actually here to talk about. What are you doing?
Trying to type it, I figured out it wasn't
here.
in there. Yeah.
There
Hey,
you go.
I'm gonna take the keyboard.
Take the keyboard.
Yes, I'm
Take it.
going to like smash everybody in the chat. This is great. Oh, just getting ready, guys. Get ready to get smashed.
Calvin was the type of guy who gets upset because Emergency is no longer on Netflix. What is Calvin smashing now? Who knows? Oh, goodness.
Wait, I think in one of the videos I actually did put the hashtag smash that. Yes, I did. Which one is it? I'll have to figure it out.
Hashtag smash that. What are you smashing?
Let me find the video really fast. It might not be out yet. Oh my gosh, this is just.
You aren't reading the chat, dude.
No, I am not, because I'm just scared to.
You need to.
Yes, it was in the FlexCore welding video.
Guys, see down the south here.
Yeah, it was in the welding video. We were prepping the connector.
Kelvin's fetish. Crap heap challenges.
Okay. Yvonne, you're actually half right on that. When I was younger, I had the world's biggest nerd crush on Kathy Rogers from Scrap Heap Challenge. Just saying. You did get me partly right on that one. I'm not even gonna ask. Not even gonna ask. Really hope that.
I know he wasn't kissing an hour ago. Now all of a sudden we find out all kinds of stuff here. So Mono's back on the board.
You gonna hide behind my protection of the keyboard? Okay, great. I guess I'm on.
What's this? Is trying to get hidden here?
Oh gosh! I did not approve that.
I did.
Wait, where is it in the video where I smashed something? Let me find it.
Smash that on there.
Smash that on there. Perfect timing.
Problems people have is a bad ground. We're back. We got that crimped on there. Actually, it seems like a pretty good size fit. Just use a device to literally smash that on there.
Okay, so listening to Calvin's videos without watching them could totally be taken out of context. Because what I just heard there, I can't even imagine what the video would be looking like at that point, because that sounds completely nasty to me.
I'm seriously going to pee my pants if I keep laughing this hard. It is not.
It sounds so dirty.
I promise it was us installing. It was us with the metal end cap that we were installing. Yes.
Smashing that on there.
I quit. I give up.
So today we're going to screw things together. Yes, that's it. Turn it a little bit more to the right. Yes. Yes, a little tighter. Yes. Yes. Okay, yeah, right there. That's perfect right there. Yeah, definitely.
And you know what the best part would be? If somebody was doing that for like tightening something with a torque wrench. And if you didn't see it, oh gosh.
Yes. Okay, now ease it in there a little bit further. Okay, now start tightening. Okay, that's it. Yes. Keep going to the right. A little bit more. A little bit more. Yes.
Oh.
Now just listen for the click. Yes. You hear that click? Yes. That's exactly where it's supposed to be.
I am so putting this stream to private afterwards. This is just wrong. This is just wrong.
Your dad says he's changing their names.
Oh my gosh. Why did we keep this going?
Because you didn't tell me to turn off.
You do remember this is my channel, right?
I do know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh goodness, that was funny.
Messed up. I'm seriously starting to think I didn't.
Yes, that's just much harder until you hear it click.
Oh.
Oh goodness. I think it's time to call it.
Yeah, you can call it. I'm done.
You closed the door, so we're probably getting gassed in here. Who knows?
Blaming all the dang CO2.
I don't even know where this started, but LOL.
You're pretty much correct, the Guinness. It's all Jimmy's fault.
It all started a long, long time ago.
That was what, like half hour ago before all this disaster began?
It all started when you walked out the door. You started this whole thing.
Yeah, I know. I walked out the door as a joke, and then it just went downhill.
Jimmy's Tuesday video live stream carving pumpkins. Almost. It's almost reached that point. And he says, let's recap. So we bought 3 pounds of dry ice, and that was a field experiment because everything quit smoking about the time we started the stream. Calvin has mono. We don't know who he kissed or what he kissed, but according to this, he I'm just fucking away the country. Calvin's parents have completely disowned him, which has now left him homeless.
Please don't.
Which he already has the look going on, so you know this is the fall fashion, you know, with the pumpkin and everything. Since he's going to be losing his cell phone, we got him this new state of the art telephone. You know, hello.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay on a street corner and ask for donations now, looking like this. Oh my gosh.
Yes, there was the pumpkin hat that you wore earlier. There's the guts of a pumpkin, if I remember right.
Yes.
There was that. All kinds of stringing. Yes, there was. Yes, there was smoke here earlier, and now we went smokeless. We still have some bubbling, but we don't have the smoke anymore. Then Calvin had to walk out of the room, and then
you just made it all go downhill.
Yeah, it all went downhill after that.
It's all Jimmy's fault.
Yes, I was seduced at a younger age. Hashtag me too. And I was so willing to be seduced. 22 years later, here we are. Yeah. Yes. It's the dry ice talking. Oh, goodness.
I think Aunt Nancy, if my parents disown me, will you accept me? I hope, please. Oh my god.
I can't wait to see how the spin doctors fix this next week. There's no fixing this. This is all downhill.
This stream is getting deleted when we're done. I'm serious. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm totally tweeting this one out. Oh, let's call it, my friend. Let's get out of here.
This is just going to heck.
Oh, it's not that bad.
You killed it at the end. The Guinness, he totally has it correct. Calvin's like, please, ASAP, send help. This is the face of what the heck has Jimmy done to me? Why do I do this to myself?
I don't know.
I have no life.
And Nancy says you can move to Nashville.
As soon as my degree is done, I'll be out there.
Oh, I know. Where's Theresa when we need her? This stream is not the same without her.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
no.
if I would have had her on here to feed off of, oh man, you'd have
I would have killed that stream a long time ago. Oh gosh.
If she was here, oh my goodness, it would have been fun. I would have had laughs then.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm dead.
Oh man. This is a mess. R.I.P. Oh goodness, Mr. Witt, I do apologize for it was funny though. The look on your face when you thought that I actually did go through your stuff.
I promise there is nothing. Yeah, we're leaving it at that.
Oh goodness.
Although I am doing a test to see how.
Eddie says this is the best stream you've done yet.
Oh jeez, no.
So you going to come back over next week and we'll do this over on my channel?
No, I'm good. Actually, on Thursday I'm going to be in Walnut Creek, so we'll have to
yes,
figure
we
that out.
forgot all about the hamster. There was a hamster involved. Although Calvin's refusing to say what role the hamster played in all this.
Okay, I used to have actually 2 guinea pigs as a pet, not a hamster.
What?
I used to have 2 guinea pigs as a pet, not a hamster.
Guinea pigs. I thought you said something else.
No.
I thought you said you had 2 gay pigs and a hamster. Oh, what?
They do not get along, I'll put it that way.
Oh, goodness. Yes, pretty please on this stream right here, please smash the like button because he needs to see, that this is he's all right. Life will be all right. You will survive.
Now everybody's gonna look at me really differently. Okay, let's just kill him before it goes any farther. This is disturbing.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. We will catch you next week, probably, maybe, unless he disowns me. If he disowns me, then
that is if I'm still alive by the end of the night.
I'll see if I can get Jerry. See if I can get Barnacles to stream with me because I'm sure we can have some fun. Otherwise, hopefully, me and him will be all right. Barclays gonna watch this. He's gonna not streaming with him.
Later.
Yeah.